Alright, hello and welcome to another Let's Read. I'm DaveTerenas.
And I am J.M. Goldstein.
And today I want to start by apologizing for the Harry Potter fanfiction we put out the other day. So,
the name of it was Playing the Trust Test, but
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah,
frankly, I don't want to talk about it.
We're not going back to that.
Instead, here's a fun story for you. It's called The Adventures of Esteban the Monkey in Florida. And it's by Hobbit for Life. And here we go. There is no introduction. Once upon a time, there was a monkey named Esteban. He was a very silly monkey. He was owned by a puppeteer in Spain named Master Pedro. Part of Master Pedro's weekly act was Esteban telling fortunes. One day, Esteban decided to take a vacation. He decided to go to Disney World in Florida. On his last day of vacation, he ran into one of his friends, Sancho Panza, while he was at Animal Kingdom. "Esteban, what are you doing in Florida? Does Master Pedro know you're here?" Sancho asked. Esteban shook his head no. Out of nowhere, some safari guys ran up and captured Esteban.
Huh. And it just ends like that?
Yeah, that's it. There's not even at the end.
Oh, you know what it really could have needed? Was a fini there.
Maybe.
I had some class.
I don't think you could possibly add anything to that to make it any better than it is right now. I literally think this is probably the best thing I've ever read on fanfiction.net.
You know what though? I challenge that because I have here. This is an It fanfiction. You know Stephen King's It.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's by Minch Amaze, and the name of it is Extreme Measures. So let's delve right into it. No introduction needed.
All right.
Okay. Hank LaGrossa was walking down the street, an ugly sneer upon his face. Kids avoided him as he walked down the sidewalk, and he poisoned the gleeful air with a murderous glare. "That new kid is dead," he thought to himself, in a mind possessed by anger. The stupid idiot. He knew he shouldn't have messed with me. Hank was the local bully, and everyone knew not to mess with him. And when he appeared, they tried to stay invisible. The new kid, who called himself Stan, had repeatedly defied Hank, and at first he had been excused because of his title as a newcomer. An outsider. But the final straw had come when he refused to show his answers to Hank on the day of the final exams. Hank could remember the day vividly. Stanley Carroll was sitting in his desk, confidently waiting while the teacher was handing out the test scores and final report cards. This didn't mean that he was comfortable. Oh, definitely not. He was shaking in his boots and was suffering repeated glares from Hank, and he knew why. In the middle of their finals that they had taken, Hank had leaned over from his spot next to Stan, and he whispered, almost impossible to hear, "Let me look." Stan had been defying Hank all year for a reason only he knew, and had easily said no, without really thinking about it. Now he supposed he should have said yes, and was about to suffer the consequences. However, the teacher was calling their names in alphabetical order by last name, and that meant Stan would get out of there before Hank. He would then have some time to run before Hank got out. "Stanley Carroll," the teacher called. When he got up to the front of the classroom, the teacher said fondly, "Congratulations on completing the 6th grade school year." "Thank you," he replied, and then hurried out of the classroom. Now the kid was somewhere Hank didn't know, but he didn't care. As soon as he found the new kid, he would have some fun. It was time to teach him exactly how middle school worked.
Wait, that's it?
Yep.
Huh. Well, okay.
I think this is one of those kind of stories where you just draw your own conclusions. I think it's supposed to make you think, Dave. That's really the only point to it.
I mean, I'll give you. I can see how this might almost be able to compete with Esteban. I think how they compare really lies in their endings. I mean, you really just you're on your knees begging for more is really what I found with Esteban. I mean,
that is true. I feel such compassion for that little monkey that tells fortunes. I'm not sure how he does that, but I would like to see that.
And I mean, Stanley Caro, I mean, it's quite a cliffhanger. I really want to know if he makes it out okay.
Yeah. You know, I learned from watching Hey Arnold, you do not mess with 6th graders.
I mean, they are quite terrifying in their own regard.
Yes, they really are. I knew once I got out of middle school, I was not going back to that hellhole.
Alright, so I guess that about sums it up for us. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this was a lot more enjoyable than Harry Potter. It's definitely going to be a lot shorter. We'll hope to see you next time. So have a nice day. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Subscribe!